All right, we're back, and as the tale of Kelgritz the Mad continues. I wish I had been thinking about this, because now that I'm thinking about it, what I could have done was actually done 1 or 2 levels as a gnome sorcerer, couple levels as a cleric, a dragon disciple, and then maybe mystic theurge. I should see what the absolute min-max for that one would be. Because that would be interesting to watch someday, but I guess that would probably hurt my spellcasting a little bit. It was probably better that I just go pull pure mage on this. I was just like thinking about this last night when I was lying in bed for the brief moment before I passed out, and I was like, man, I probably could have min-maxed even harder than I did. And then I fell asleep and realized it doesn't matter that much. Let's talk to Linzi. Oh, she's a halfling. I just assumed everybody else was a gnome. Okay, whatever. Anyway, a halfling girl with tousled hair wearing a dusty traveler's outfit sits chewing the tip of her quill. Just a moment. How should I put this? Oh, I know. She scribbles something quickly in a notebook, scrawled with a verse, raises her eyes, and gives you a bright smile. Oh, hi. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Where are you from? Oh, right. I should actually be voice acting these as Kelgritz. I'm just kind of going quick. I'm from all over. I was actually born in Galt, in such a tiny village that it's not even on the maps. If it weren't for my teacher, I'd still be living there, milking goats, weeding turnips, swilling homebrew, having babies, and using books only as kindling. Who was your teacher? He's a true saint. He was once an important person in the capital, at the Church of Shaylin, but he got in trouble with the authorities and went on a self-imposed exile to the tiniest, most godforsaken priestless village he could find, the one where I was born. I do wish all of the companion dialogue was voice acted, but whatever. Really, just in general, I wish all dialogue was voice acted. It makes my life easier. So Galt, a nation of free thinkers and radicals renowned for brilliant poets, artists, and philosophers whose ideas shaped the politics of the whole of Avestan. Galt was once a vassal nation of Cheliax, after the death of Aroden and the rise of House Thrune in Cheliax. The people of Galt decided to throw off their foreign rulers along with their own nobles who had colluded with them. The executions did not end the bloodshed, and within 5 years the severed heads of the ministers of the first government rolled down the steps of the guillotine. In the 40 years since, over a dozen governments have ruled Galt, rising and falling like the waves of a stormy sea. And Shaylin, also known as the Eternal Rose, the Eternal Maiden, and the Incorruptible, is the goddess of art, beauty, love, and music, and the half-sister of Zon Kuthon. Shaylin focuses just as much attention on internal beauty as external. As aspects of her role as goddess of beauty, Shaylin also promotes the creation of art and composing and performance of music. Clerics of Shaylin frequently are artists themselves. As the goddess of love, Shaylin encourages the proliferation of that feeling in all its forms. She is not a goddess of sexuality, lust, or fertility, and makes a very clear distinction between love and sexuality, although she does not in any way discourage erotic love. The few paladins who worship her practice courtly love. Huh. He wanted to open a school, but the villagers wouldn't let him. You can heal us all you like, but no putting any ideas into our children's head. It'll only distract them from their work. But he did teach me on the sly. He taught me how to read, how to write, and he gave me books, poems, legends. He was the one who told me about the archetypes of Avestan. And when I told him I was going on a journey, he gave a magic ring so that Shaylin would protect me from harm. Avestan, I think we already heard about that one. No, actually we haven't. It's a continent in the world of Golarion, one of the most heavily settled areas in the planet. Avestan possesses as many varied cultures and environments as any other continent in the world, and an ancient history stretching back tens of thousands of years. Ravoy, the River Kingdoms, Numeria, and the Stolen Lands are all situated in Avestan. Okay. Archetypes of Avestan, who are they? Oh, you haven't heard of them. How can you be a hero without knowing one of the most epic stories in the history of stories? No, I won't spoil anything. You should read about them yourself. Every single chapter. Their adventures are what gave me the idea of going on a heroic quest and writing about it to begin with. And now look at me. Here I am, on a heroic quest. Okay. Why are your clothes so messy? Linzi waves her hand carelessly. Forget it. I can't waste money on looks. I'd rather buy books instead. In 100 years, when people are reading my works, they're going to ask whether the author had holes in her sleeves. Alright, let me ask something else. Oh boy. Still going. Let's see. Wonder how far in are you? I finished the tutorial area, and then I saved the inn. And now we're in the inn, and that's it. Let's see. Other question. If I've never played any D&D games, would this be an okay to start with? Pillars of Eternity 1 or 2? You've only ever played Divinity Original Sin 2. They're all viable if you've only ever played Divinity Original Sin. I would say this is probably easier to get into, and also gives you a good stepping stone into playing any D&D game. From Pathfinder to D&D 3rd edition, 4th edition, so on and so forth. Because the mechanics are very, very similar. Pillars of Eternity, I had trouble getting into. I think it started off with too much. It wasn't super simple. Too many characters right off the bat, and a lot of, like, crazy stuff went down real quick. And I found, like, I got rather lost in the story rather fast. Is Oleg alive, or did he die in battle? He's alive. That's his wife over there. He's somewhere around here, but no, he's fine. But yeah, I would probably recommend this one, maybe? So far, I'm liking it. I've heard there's some bugs, but I haven't run into any of them. But so far, it's like, okay, attacked by assassins, then off to fight some bandits, and so on and so forth. It feels like a much more natural curve of a game. At least so far. Anyway, you come from Patax, right? Tell me about it. Oh, I love Patax, even though they kicked me out. A joyful place. What's life in Patax like? Actually, Patax has always been one huge nest of thieves, bandits, river pirates, smugglers, fences, card sharps. It's always been home for the likes of them. But that was before Irovetti became king. With him, a whole different life began there. Irovetti always wanted to make history, but not as another bandit with a crown, though that's exactly what it is. He wanted to be glorified through the centuries as a great patron of the arts, so he built the Academy of Grand Arts and spent lots of gold to assemble the best artists, poets, and musicians. Of course, the very best ones refused to go, but he got what he wanted in a way. If Patax was once just a booze barn for thieves, now it's a cabaret. So Academy of Grand Arts, well, not as popular as some of the great bardic schools in the Inner Sea. Patax's Academy of Grand Arts still manages to attract some students seeking greater specialization. Just gonna quickly shift around a little bit. There we go. What do you know of King Irovetti? He won his crown in a game of cards, which says about as much about Patax as it does about him. He's fiendishly clever. Some cheats I know told me that from the moment he appeared, he started to pulling off such schemes that the old city masters just scratched their heads. With him in charge, gold flooded into Patax, and also, he's incredibly, unimaginably, fantastically decadent and conceited. Getting drunk with whores at the pub? That's not Lord Irovetti's style. Oh no, he aims higher. Dressing up like a male Calistria with a golden codpiece, and holding a 3-week orgy with dancing on the rooftops, parades, public executions, and a contest for the best ode to the great unrivaled king. That's more like it. Calistria. Oh, okay. Is the elf god. Okay. Tell me about the academy you studied at. You know, jokes aside, I'm thankful to Irovetti for building it, but he has no taste at all. Whatsoever. He likes his art loud, bright, grandiose, and most importantly, glorifying his royal lioness. He kicked out the best charcoal artist because he didn't wish to spend money on gray scribbles. He sacked a masterful flute player from Tianxia for playing too quietly, and instead ordered them to open a kettle drum class. Even ordered the academy to expel me, and for what? An innocent limerick. Would you like... I want to know the limerick. Oh well. Anyway, would you like to go back to the academy and finish your studies? I'd like to return, but on one condition. If they threw out 3/4 of the professors who teach there now, and returned all the ones they banished. If you ask me, I'm proud to have been expelled. If my art was to Irovetti's liking, then I would have reason to be ashamed. Alright. As mediocre lickspittles sit at the academy, and those with real talent beg on the streets of Patax, I'll not cross the threshold at that place. Okay, anything else? Oh. There's so much! We could even kick her out, but let's not do that, because that's stupid. Tell me about that book you're writing. What's there to tell? You've seen some of my rough drafts already, haven't you? It's a book about you and your adventures. I'm writing the whole truth, just as it happened. Well, the whole artistic truth, you know. No glory, no story. So what kind of character am I? In books, everything is simple. There are heroes, and there are the heroes, and those are the villains. In life, of course, it's completely different. You have to make difficult decisions, and I don't always agree with you. But that's what makes you a complex, multifaceted character. Okay. How do you feel about me reading your work in progress? Well, those are only drafts, but of course you're welcome to read them. Just keep in mind that even if you don't like what I write about it, I won't change a single letter, so don't even ask. Of course, it's a book about you, but it's my book, understand? The small writer's eyes glow rebelliously. See, I'm really liking chaotic neutral so far. It's mostly just, I don't care. I really like this. Okay. So of course, whatever you write, saying how my biography turns out. Anyway, I have no interest in censorship. Any stories about me are welcome, as long as they're interesting. No, I'm not going to make up any fiction about you. Why would I? I wouldn't be able to invent half the adventures you keep getting yourself into. We fought a wolf, ran through a burning building, and fought some dudes. It's pretty basic so far. Anyway, let me ask you something else. What's the deal with the ring you always wear on your finger? Ah, this. Linzi holds her arm for you to get a clearer view of the ring. It was a gift to me from my first teacher. It's magical, imbued by the powers of Shellen? I don't know, Shellen. When I get myself into trouble, it transports me to a safe spot. So please don't be angry with me if I suddenly disappear from a fight. I'll wait for you here, promise. Okay, so she can't die. She's one of the only characters that can't die. That's cool, I like that. Okay. Just don't leave without me, of course. I could just write whatever you tell me, but if I wanted to stay cooped up in a dusty room, I'd be sleeping through lectures at the academy. Alright, so we also have... Wait, Anoriel 8 Eyes. Who's this? Hello. The elf looks straight at you, with the tangled hair falling over her face. Hey, you're an adventurer, right? Seeking your fortune in the Stolen Lands? You're the only one of your kind here. Take my advice, keep your eyes open and watch your back. Sometimes the one who calls themselves your friends are more dangerous than your enemies. Judging by the elf's voice, it's obvious that she started the day with a jug of wine. Who are you? The elf grunts. Anoriel 8 Eyes. Once upon a time, I was famous throughout Absalom. Anoriel 8 Eyes, of the Reckless 6. Well, glory passes quickly. A few miserable decades later, and no one recognizes you on the street anymore. What a shame. Absalom. For more than 4,000 years, Absalom has been the city at the center of the world, a metropolis-sized showcase of the greatest treasures of all of Golarion. The city not only holds a key strategic position for both commercial and military endeavors in the region, but also encompasses the site of ascension of 4 deities and claims to have been founded by none other than the last Aslanti, the god of Eredin. Okay. What are you doing here? I sit here waiting for adventurers who are in need of help. We may be sitting here in a backwards tavern, but in Absalom I have a lot of friends who are eager to make a few coins. They have brave hearts, but shallow pockets. A little gold would be welcome change for them. I can send them a message, and they'll come from Absalom through a portal. If you're interested, just give me a sign, we'll arrange everything right away. So, she's the custom hero recruiter. Why are you called 8 Eyes? Once long ago, I could spot an enemy and pin him to a wall before he could even think of attacking. Some said I had 8 eyes and looked around all at once, though it seems I've outlived my nickname. Anoriel stretches her arm forward. Her palm trembles noticeably. I've been drinking so much lately, and it's best I don't test my skills too often. Would you like to join me? No, I've got things to do already. You'd better manage on your own. A famous Pathfinder here in the middle of nowhere. Why? You want to know how one could exchange the life of a Pathfinder for this sorry drunken rat hole? The light in Anoriel's eyes go out, as if someone had blown out a candle. You lose all your friends because of one scumbag, and then you'll understand. I was the only one to return from the final campaign of the Reckless Six, and whatever is left of me can't be called a secret anymore. Anoriel remained silent for a long time, as if wondering if she wishes to poke the old wound. Here's the story. Our leader, Vermelt, was the best of us. Wise, brave, friends with everyone. One of those friends, Edivion Adressant, sent him a disturbing letter. He'd stumbled upon mention of some ancient books at the Academy of Necromancy. Secrets like those are best left hidden forever. Trust me. I've seen what that kind of magic can do. The elf bites her lip. To make a long story short, these volumes were supposedly hidden in the catacombs of Gallowspire. We decided the books should be retrieved and kept safe by the Society. We gathered in a tavern, discussed the expedition, and proceeded to Ustalav. It was a normal mission, a quick and quiet recovery. Anoriel smiles bitterly, but everything turned out to be much more complicated. We barely made it through Witchgate Forest. All those terrible living trees, undead druids, and their arches of bone. It was a miracle we managed to make it out alive. Ustalav, immortal principality of Ustalav, is a fog-shrouded nation of countless horrors, and a once proud realm that suffered under the clawed hands of the Whispering Tyrant for centuries. Society, Pathfinder Society, is a globe-spanning organization based out of Absalom. The membership consists primarily of Pathfinders, adventurers who travel throughout Golarion, usually inconspicuously, and explore, delve, and otherwise experience the lesser-seen parts of the world. They send journals documenting their travels back to their venture captains, who also assigns them new missions and suggests new places to explore. The most exciting and illuminating of these journals are compiled in the Pathfinder Chronicles, an ongoing series of books that collect the history and mystery of Golarion for its membership in the general public. I feel like that's product placement for an actual like book series they have. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, we'd chosen Renchurch to stop it. It was marked on Vermelt's map as a safe enough haven to hole up and lick our wounds. I wish that had been true. Vermelt was the first to perish. He was attacked by one of the monsters hiding in the stables. It tossed him about like a feather, threw him down an ancient well. His shout echoed for a long time, and I didn't hear the sound of him landing. And then, Anoriel pauses and turns away, hiding her eyes. Enough. I shouldn't have gotten into this. Who am I to stir up another's feelings with all my chatter? We better forget about it for now. Maybe I'll tell you more some other time, but not today. Okay, regarding your story. Okay. Let's talk about something else. I should just go. We've already been here for 17 minutes and I should probably get going. I like all the lore and the world building and stuff. But we should see other things. So we have Oleg. She's there. There she is. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on the characters. I wanna, like, I like games like these. I do wish, especially these were voice acted, so I can just kind of sit back, but most people don't have to worry about this when they're just playing alone. I hope we don't have to, like, stop for, you know, half an hour of character dialogue every single time we come back from a mission. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I always kind of would fall asleep a little bit in BioWare games, because the character development wasn't ever quite integrated into the missions as well as I wanted it to be. It was usually like, let's hang out on the Normandy and chat about our feelings. Like, I don't know, could have been cool if there was, like, revealing dialogue in the actual mission. I guess it didn't work because you'd have to pick and choose. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, let's talk to Amiri. We're gonna talk? Amiri utters a weary sigh. Alright, spill it, I'm listening. We're just talking, you don't like it? Amiri shrugs several times, perhaps flexing her muscles, or maybe just filling the silence. Dunno, she admits at last. Depends what we're gonna talk about. If it's about monsters or swords or scars, I approve, that's good. If you're gonna ask questions like why or what for, and how, screw this. Amiri looks at you over slowly, head to toe. Or you got even harder ones. It's a formidable sword, but it's not just a simple weapon, is it? You bet it's not simple. Check out how big it is. She proudly raises the blade, and you notice that even though the Amiri is extremely strong, she still has difficulty wielding such a large sword. This sword belonged to a real blasted frost giant. I killed the beast, took this looker for myself. Fits me perfectly. My damn trophy. Amiri's eyes flash with menace, as if she's challenging some invisible enemy to try taking away her trophy. Thanks for talking with me. Let's speak again later. Talking. When will we do some monster killing instead? Amiri sighs and turns away. Alright, I don't think we have anybody else here. That's what their official group is called, that meets for tabletop stuff at conventions. Neat. Okay, so I assume we don't have a whole lot of money. But let's see if Oleg has anything that I immediately want to grab before we go. Greetings! Oleg seems to be in a good mood and greets you warmly. Certainly ruffled those villains' feathers. Well, anyway, new day, new troubles. Have you seen the fog? Never seen anything like it before. The road to Restov looks like someone spilled milk and just hung in the air. I couldn't see anything through that soup, not even with a torch. It feels like witchcraft to me. I bet the Stag Lord's involved somehow. Rumors say he deals with all kinds of bad magic. I need to take care of the Stag Lord. Do you know of anything that could help me find him? That's quite the task you've set yourself on. The Stag Lord has a fortress somewhere in the area, but only a few chosen from the most trusted of his rabble are ever invited. The location of the fortress is a heavily guarded secret. With this fog hanging around, I imagine it'd be even harder to find. Suppose you could try and follow the trail of those bandits who attacked the post before. They came from the southwest, from the side of the Thorn River. The fortress might be there, or at least some large camp of theirs where you can find more information. Let's see, what else can you tell me about the Stag Lord? Not much. Not like I've sat down and shared a cup of wine with the man, you know? But I think he arrived in the Stolen Lands less than a year ago, from what I've heard. But as soon as he got here, he took over everything. I wrote to Restov, tried to warn them that the Stag Lord wasn't some typical gang leader, but they didn't listen. The rumors about him are horrible. He'll kill a person if you so much as disagree with him. I'm gonna be yawning more today when I'm awake than yesterday when I wasn't. Anyway, he never reveals his face. Those who've seen him up close report the same thing. Ugly scars cover every inch of his skin not covered by his clothes. The Stag Lord's past is a mystery. He just arrived one day. He's immediately a power to be reckoned with. I guess the most surprising thing about him is that he has many followers who admire him, as he has minions who obey him out of fear. He's got some inner strength in him, or maybe an inner madness. There are many who seem to follow him just because of that madness. It's some kind of virtue. Well, let's... Oops. I've already done this dialogue. Okay, show me your wares. So we want to offload anything and everything we have, as I am actually overloaded already. And we pretty much want to just hoard money. Except for the ever-burning torches. I want to hold on to those. It's tempting to hold on to a composite longbow, but we're going to get more. If it was magic, I'd consider it. I think this is all just, yeah, basic leather armor. Not worth a whole lot, but definitely sellable. Okay, so weight and descending order. So we do have the Cloak of Resistance, but that's useful. Camping rations we want to hold on to. Honestly, I should probably read every book and then just sell them. So the Curse of Ancient Eobaria by Hastef Tell us, so teacher, why would Bravoy call us barbarians in the books you gave us? The gods became angry with our homeland, my son. This land has devoured so many great empires, as if it was unwilling to bear life. There are centuries-old ruins around our settlement. They're ravaged by a star that fell from the sky. The kingdom of the Cyclops was the first victim of its curse. New settlers claimed this land 10 centuries later to establish a beautiful country named Eobaria, which stretched from the Lake of the Mists and Veils to the Castrovan Sea. But the curse still lay upon these lands, and trouble came once again. Our ancestors suffered numerous maladies, the tear plague, the char death, the choking death, one after another, leaving only pain behind. People say that Otib the Necromancer was to blame, but who knows? A great civilization was turned to dust. This is why I'm teaching you. Bravoy shouldn't make fun of you, or call you barbarians. Let's see, what else do we have? What is this? I wonder if these get added to my encyclopedia, because that would be handy, because I don't want to read all of these, but I don't want to lose it either. Sell those journals, golden statuette. So we actually are going to be able to come away with this with a decent amount of money. Not an amazing amount, but a decent amount. Also, these are things that I stole from his upper level, but I guess he doesn't mind too much, because nobody was mad that I was just clearing it out. Okay. I'm going to hold on to these books. They're not too heavy. Actually, I bet we could sell them upstairs. What's this? Oh. Masterwork, non-magical. Okay, so I've got 6... instead of type, let's do price in descending order. So what does he have that I really, really want? I really want that small bag of holding. Because if I can carry that, we pretty much don't have to worry about... well, we'll have to worry less about carrying things around. That's probably the thing I want to save up for the most. Because full play, chances are we'll get some of those. And magical weapons will get more. But bags of holding, I want to hoard those like crazy. And yeah, I don't want to sell the Cloak of Resistance +1. Those are amazing. Okay, so... do I give myself the Cloak of Resistance, or do I give it... which characters have the worst saves? Probably her. Her reflex and will are garbage. Okay, and she's got the Sheldon's Embrace. Yeah, so she'll get warped away. I don't think she'll appreciate it if I take that away from her either. Okay, so good time to set off. Let's it go. Do I get some extra party members? Do we hire... if we hire them? No. We want to save our money, at least for now. I don't think anyone in my team is proficient with heavy armor anyway, with me being a sorcerer. The Dwarven Cleric most definitely is proficient in heavy armor. And I'd like to pick up a couple more, like, support-type mainliners. Like, maybe? Let me think on who I've immediately got. Because we've got a Dwarven Cleric. He's decent. Would have been nice if he had a little bit more strength and constitution, but that's entirely on me. Oh, I have no idea where Harim is. We'll talk to him later. What are her... I actually have no idea what type of barbarian she is. She might just be like a totally regular barbarian. It would have been nice to get her the better armor. Yeah, so... here we are. Yeah, light and medium. Okay, so do we just leave out this way? I think we do. Alright. I'm just gonna make iterative saves here, kind of compulsively. Oh. I guess it doesn't weigh anything, so let's just go. Okay, so current group, that's fine, we're locked in. And yeah, I could hire some hirelings, but they might cost me some money. So Linzi. I'm Linzi, the author of the book You, My Dear Reader, Hold in Your Hands. I once studied the... okay, so we already pretty much know all of this stuff. Get a druid as another party member. Comes with a free animal companion. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I would like a druid. They've got some fun buffs, some environmental abilities and whatnot. And then maybe a rogue? Maybe. But, like, she can more or less be a rogue right now. She's got... her trickery kind of sucks. What kind of armor is she wearing? Hide armor. Rough. Okay, so we're going to want to try and get her something that doesn't have an armor check penalty. Because I didn't realize that involved... that affected trickery. Because we don't actually... except for maybe... well, no, she's good at athletics and mobility, which I should probably put points into, now that I think about it. Armor check penalty, again, is working against me. So maybe a rogue, definitely a druid. And either, like, another cleric or, like, another mainliner or something. I wonder, how's your hand? That's a separate topic. I'm going to be bouncing between things. My hand is better. It's still kind of achy, but I got a brace to wear while I sleep. And that has made a massive difference. In things. Hello. So where do we go? Can I check my journal? Okay, so we already got that. Let's turn off show complete quests. So, Stolen Land. Thorn Ford and Bandit Camp there. In 3 months. So keep track of passing time. We'll fail in 86 days and 5 hours. So yeah, there is a time limit on this. That's good to know. And bid arrival is... we must seek Tartuccio out in the Stolen Lands and find out what our rival is busy with. Is it Tartuccio always for everybody? Okay. Well, Thorn Ford. This ford is the heart of the woods. In most places, is one of the best places to cross the Thorn River. Most traders and travelers choose the Thorn Ford for passage, attracting bandits to the place as well. So, we could just go... It doesn't look like we're following a road anymore, so I can just kind of do whatever I want. This might be a pathway or something. Where does this even lead? Just kind of down there. Because I want to go back here, and I don't entirely know which direction I want to head for. Let's go off the beaten path. There's someone on the road. Get ready. Oh, that was fast. A jittery old man in squalid clothing shuffles up to you. His gray hair is unkempt, and he continually clenches and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he stops and looks up at you, his eyes widen and he tugs at his beard. Strange weather. Invisible fog creeping out of the woods soars beyond the sky, obscures the sun and moon. Strange. The old man shakes his head, his eyes shifting about seemingly at random. I don't like this old man. Looks like he's the kind that'll cast the evil eye. Who are you? The old man freezes a moment. Remus, but that won't help the fog. What are you doing here? The old man raises a thick eyebrow curiously. I do nothing. Breathe, walk, observe. The fog looks invisible enough to me, or looks visible enough to me. I see more than ever. I've seen so much before. The old man wipes his hand across his face and he sighs wearily. But someone must look, and no one else can. Invisible fog? Does that mean that you can find your way through it? The fog is wrong. It hinders your legs, not your sight. I wish not to try. I should probably go. The old man stares at you intently. You hasten. You should. Your rival wastes no time. He races, but in another direction. He searches for power. He'll find it. I just do what I have to. I don't care about rivals. Bold dogs bark loud. Well, cunning ones readies to bite. Cunning, short but stubborn. He is now in an ancient tomb that lies south of the trading post, searching for the great power that once gave joy and now brings only death. You don't want my nonsense, then you'll hear sobs and screams. Once stolen, the land should be reclaimed. Once reclaimed, binded with the claimer shall it be. Binded, merged, joined by unbreakable ties, claiming the land, claiming its pain, claiming its death. Well, see you, Remus. So now, we know where Tartuccio is. I kind of wish we had actually just been given the opportunity to just track Remus. But I guess, or not Remus, track Tartuccio. And, like, cut him down if we were evil. But then again, that would probably throw off a huge amount of plot for the game. I really like the artwork that they did with Pathfinder. It has a nice style. Dungeons & Dragons has always felt a little bit more random, who they hired. And maybe they just, you know, didn't care as much about artistic direction. I didn't kill that creature. Remus just walked off. Alright. So we want to just go south. This is interesting. So there's the ancient tomb, so we can actually get both. You spotted enemies. Fight! That old man totally didn't foreshadow a crap ton of things. Oh yeah, no, that man, you might as well rename his, rename him. Oh, what would it be? Remus the, spoiler? Okay, we got a bandit brawler. Okay, let's back off for a second. Don't move, don't move. Okay, so Bless lasts freaking forever, yeah? Do we want to do it? Let's do it now. And she has Inspire Courage. Okay.
Serves you right.
Okay, so there's the group. I don't know how much we're gonna have to camp here, actually. Oh, that's color spray. Should probably go for the illusionist then. I can probably spare a magic missile or two. Oh, did she get her allies? She did. That's dumb. Let's shoot the bandit brawler. Who is headbutting, maybe? Unfortunately, well, I mean, luckily he's mostly going for Amiri. But it still sucks.
I'll survive. I always survive.
Holy shit, that blindness lasts for a very long time. Is that really? Oh, probably because we got hit by it multiple times. Alternatively, it's something else? No, it's not bless. Come on, get up. I don't see a status effect for him.
Repent.
Oh, still stunned.
Your life ebbs low.
Why is he still on the ground? I'm not gonna question it too much. Is she? Yep, she got knocked out already. What even? What's wrong with them? Or did he? Oh, he's also at -5. That's what happened to them. I just see like the magic still coming off of them, and I'm like, well,
Tear them apart!
This is just odd. Oh shit! I got whammo too. We might want to reload this one or something. Or not. I'm so glad my characters get back up after getting slamma-jammed. Yeah, color spray is one of the nastier low-level spells. Yeah, no kidding. Ow. Let's see, I could do Treat Affliction. We could potentially do Cure Light Wounds. We channel to Cure Light Wounds. True Strike. That's Belt. Oh, we never actually searched the wizard. Well, that went flawlessly. We could probably manage one more combat like that. Bunching up except a buff is generally a bad idea with situations like that. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to spread them apart better. Yeah, we're only level 2, so we're still pretty vulnerable to basic stuff like color spray.